Have you ever tried to close the bathroom door and heard that scratching on the other side? Have you ever felt those eyes staring at you while you just wanted a second of peace? Most owners laugh about it. They think it's cute. They call it attachment, neediness, or just another weird dog habit. But what's really happening has nothing to do with neediness. It has to do with instinct, with bonding, and with something your dog has been trying to communicate to you for years, something you probably never stopped to truly listen to. In this video, you'll discover 7 things your dog reveals when they follow you to the bathroom. 7 behaviors that seem silly, but that animal behavior science has managed to decode. And if you've been ignoring this, or worse, shutting the door in their face, you may be rejecting something they've tried to offer you hundreds of times. Stay until the end, because the 7th item is the one most owners never stop to notice, and it's the one that will forever change the way you see this moment. Why does your dog run to the bathroom the moment you walk toward it? The instinctive answer is he doesn't want to be alone, but that's the explanation from the outside perspective. From the inside, from his point of view, something completely different is happening. When you enter a small and closed space with only one exit and disappear behind a door, your dog's nervous system activates a very ancient protocol. A protocol that dates back thousands of years before domestication. In the wild, canines monitor members of the pack during vulnerable moments. Eating, sleeping, entering a confined space without an escape route, these are the moments when an animal can be caught off guard. Your bathroom checks every one of those boxes. Closed space, no emergency exit, pack member gone. To your dog, this isn't privacy, it's a risky situation. So he doesn't follow you because he wants attention. He follows you because, in his mind, you just walked into a trap and he positioned himself as your sentinel. That paw scratching at the door isn't drama, it's patrol duty. And as simple as that instinct may seem, it's only the first layer of what's really happening. What comes next goes even deeper. Have you ever noticed that when your dog follows you into the bathroom, he sniffs the air with a different kind of focus? It's not random curiosity. He's reading you. A dog's nose has up to 300 million olfactory receptors. Humans have around 6 million. That means the world your dog experiences through smell is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more detailed than yours. And the bathroom, with its humidity, warmth, and airflow, is one of the places where chemical compounds become the most concentrated. Chemicals coming from your skin, your breath, your sweat. Dogs also have a structure in their snout called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ. It detects pheromones, chemical molecules humans release involuntarily that carry emotional information. Anxiety, stress, sadness, relief, excitement. All of it has a chemical signature, and your dog can read that signature with a precision no words could ever provide. So when he walks into the bathroom and starts sniffing around, he's not being nosy. He's checking how you're really doing. Not how you look, not what you say, what you are actually feeling. He knows before you do. And what he does with that information, what he feels when he realizes you're okay, or when you're not, will show up in one of the next items in a way you probably don't expect. If this is making sense to you, consider subscribing to the channel. We post every week to help dog owners understand what their animal is trying to tell them. And leave a like. It really helps us reach more people who need to hear this. Picture a wolf pack moving through the forest. No animal gets left behind. No member disappears without the group noticing. This isn't learned behavior. It's the oldest survival code canines have, and your dog still carries that code. Researchers at the University of Milan published a study in animal cognition showing that domestic dogs still retain clear traces of their wild ancestors' group cohesion behavior patterns. Domestication didn't erase this instinct, it redirected it. The reference group stopped being the wolf pack, it became you. So when you close the bathroom door, what your dog experiences isn't loneliness. It's a temporary fracture in the unity of the pack. That's not an exaggeration. Neuroimaging studies in dogs, using MRI scans while the animals were exposed to different scents, showed that the owner's smell activates the caudate nucleus, the region of the brain associated with reward and emotional bonding, more than the scent of any other stimulus tested. To your dog, you're not just a person. You are the organizing center of his pack. And when that center disappears behind a closed door, his nervous system doesn't calmly wait. He monitors, he feels, he reacts. Now imagine what happens when he memorizes every detail of your routine to predict that moment before it even happens.
Have you ever walked toward the bathroom and your dog was already there? Not behind you, in front of you, as if he knew. Because he did. Dogs are masters of associative learning, the ability to connect events that happen in sequence. Alarm clock, getting up, bathroom, kitchen. A pattern repeated hundreds of times becomes an internal structure in your dog's cognitive system. A study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science analyzed dogs' ability to anticipate their owner's routine based on minimal environmental cues: the sound of keys, a shift in posture, the specific sound of footsteps in a certain hallway. The result? Dogs were able to predict their owner's next action with accuracy above chance, even when the cues were imperceptible to other humans watching the scene. Your dog doesn't follow you to the bathroom. He waits for you there, because to him, this isn't a random event. It's a piece of the map he has built around you. A map that includes every sound, every scent, every sequence of movement in your daily life. And that map isn't just cognitive, it's emotional. Every point on that map represents a moment when you exist for him, when the pack is complete, when the world makes sense. Now, what does he do when he finally gets into the bathroom with you? The next item will show you that he's not just being affectionate, he's being far more strategic than that. Has your dog ever pressed his nose against you right after your shower? Rubbed his head against your legs the moment you stepped out? You probably thought it was cute, but what was really happening was something completely different. Dogs have Apocrine sebaceous glands, glands that release pheromones distributed throughout the body, with especially high concentrations in the paws, face, and along the torso. Every time your dog touches you, he leaves behind invisible chemical compounds that communicate a clear message to any other animal. This is mine. Now think about what the bathroom does. You stepped into the shower, used soap, shampoo, products filled with artificial fragrances. From your dog's olfactory perspective, you came out of the bathroom smelling like a completely different person. His chemical signature is no longer on you, it was erased. So what looks like a moment of affection, the nose against your arm, the head rubbing against your leg, is actually a work session. He's reclaiming territory, putting his signature back onto you, layer by layer, with the urgency of someone who just realized he lost something important. That doesn't make the gesture less beautiful, but it does make it far more honest. And once you understand what's really happening, the next item changes meaning completely. Why does your dog seem more present in the bathroom than in any other room in the house? On the couch, he stays in the corner. In the kitchen, he wanders around. In the bedroom, he sleeps. But in the bathroom, suddenly he wants contact, eye contact, total presence. That's not a coincidence. It's learning. At some point in living with you, your dog realized something fundamental. When you're in the bathroom, you're not going anywhere. You don't suddenly get up. You don't grab your phone and walk away. You're not called into the kitchen. You don't open the front door. You don't move to another room. You stay. And for an animal whose greatest social value is the physical presence of a pack member, that is rare. It's precious. The rest of the day is full of competition for your attention, work, screens, other people, other rooms. But the bathroom is the one place where your presence is guaranteed. So he learns to use that moment. Not because he loves you more there than anywhere else, but because he learned that's where he truly gets you.
That's applied social cognition. Your dog understanding your life better than most people around you do. And that brings us to the seventh item, the one I promised at the beginning. The behavior most owners never stop to notice, and the one that once you understand it, will completely change the meaning of every time that door got scratched. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video? That I was saving the most important part for the end? Now think about the bathroom from your dog's perspective for a second. It's a small, enclosed space. One entrance, one exit. No windows to escape through, no elevated spot to climb onto, no angle to watch the environment. In nature, this is exactly the kind of place a canine avoids at all costs. It's a trap, a dead-end space, the perfect environment to be caught off guard. Every survival instinct inside your dog tells him to stay out of there, and he walks in anyway. Why? Because you're there. A study from the University of Lincoln, published in PLOS One, analyzed attachment patterns in dogs using a methodology adapted from Mary Ainsworth's attachment theory, the same framework used to study bonds between parents and children. The results showed the dogs with secure attachment use their owner as a safe base. The owner's presence doesn't eliminate environmental stress, but it makes the environment tolerable. More than tolerable, preferable. Your dog walks into a space that every nerve in his body classifies as dangerous and stays calm because you are inside it. That's not anxious attachment. It's not neediness. It's not boredom. It's a declaration. A declaration that his trust in you is stronger than his survival instinct. It's the canine equivalent of saying, wherever you are, I am safe. So the next time that door gets scratched, the next time you hear that soft little whine from the other side, you'll know what's really happening. It's not a dog begging for attention. It's a living being that chose you as the safest place in his world. That moment was never small to him, and it shouldn't be small to you either. If you made it this far, if at any point in this video you recognized your dog or felt seen in a situation you never quite had words for, then you already know this isn't ordinary content. This is what we do here every week. We translate what they can't say with words. We turn behaviors that seem small into windows into something much bigger. If you want to keep understanding the animal that chose to share its life with you, subscribe to the channel. It's free, and every video will change, little by little, the way you see your dog. And if this video meant something to you, if any part of it stayed with you, leave a like before you go. It helps more people discover this content, more owners understanding more dogs. It truly makes a difference. Next week, we're going to talk about something that happens inside your home, not in your absence, but in your presence. Behaviors your dog uses to tell you things you've probably been misunderstanding for years. You're going to leave that video seeing your dog through completely different eyes. Until then.